What's going on, guys? My name is Jimmy. I live in Minneapolis and lived here my whole life. Now, that may matter to some of you, but to be honest, none of that matters to me. The only thing that matters to me is my relationship with my Lord and Savior, Jesus. And in that, one of the things that I just noticed that people have been craving, when things like this happen, when there's civil unrest, when there's injustice and hurt and whatever the questions may be, one of the things that I see is people are saying, why can't we be unified? Why can't we agree? Why isn't there unity? And I respect that there is a crave for unity. However, one of the things that I would encourage you guys to do is, instead of calling for unity maybe on social media, but live out unity in real life. So one of the things I told my wife I would do is that instead of like being a keyboard warrior and like posting comments on social media and posting a lot of different things, one of the things I did was I just went out and talked to people. I called my friends, especially with like the Renee Good. I was just like, okay, who are people who don't think like me? I'm gonna call them, or I'm gonna show up in person. I just asked them, what did you see? Did you see something different than what I saw? And some of them did. I said, okay, how did you get there? What informed you think? And I just wanted to learn, right? Having them attitude of learning, seeing where they come from. Because I knew that you're not going to convince anybody of anything over Facebook, over YouTube, whatever. You're not going to convince anybody of anything. However, when I look at the life of Jesus and what he did and what he modeled, he was really good at convincing people of everything that mattered, simply because he showed up and he would go to people's homes, people who didn't think like him, people who he would get scrutiny for hanging out with. He would show up and he would, spend time, proximity and presence. So something I encourage you guys to do. Have a dinner, go and connect with somebody that doesn't think like you. Ask them what they think. Don't be afraid of the conversation. But be humble and opening, and always, 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 always end with love. End the conversation with love. Let them know that, hey, I love you and thank you for sharing with me something that might be hard to talk about. So that's been really fruitful for me. I've gotten to talk to a lot of police officers and getting their opinions. I've gotten to talk to a lot of my friends and family members that don't think like me and got their opinions. And I've always been super grateful for what I've learned, but also they didn't necessarily change what I thought and what I think. However, they did change my understanding of how other people think and why they think what they think. And that only increased my love for them and only increased my ability to connect. And that's really all that mattered. So if you're looking for unity, that's the way to go about doing it. Connect with each other face to face, not keyboard to keyboard. Love you guys. See you.